Okay. Hey y'all. How y'all doing out there? The craziest thing, I want to talk about intuition and why do we dismiss it? How is it beneficial to us? And why it is a very important defense and form of protection for us as well. And we need to take it in account, because your intuition will show you all the red flags that you should pay attention to avoid certain situations. But somehow we ignore it. I don't know why. I think it's because, as ladies, as women, we are nurturers. We tend to try to nurture. We tend to, see. Honestly, the truth of it is, we try to see the best in people. We do. We try to see the best in people, and sometimes that makes us overlook our intuition. Seriously, it does. When we actually, what we need to be doing, we need to be paying attention to that bad boy. Let me see something here. Yeah, honestly, we need to be paying attention to our dang really need to be paying attention to our intuition, but we don't. we instead we ignore it. We're not supposed to ignore it, but we do. And we get all the warning signs. Okay, let me just close this out. I'm trying to close out a whole bunch of things that are opened up on my damn laptop. Yeah, so we ignore a lot of the warning signs. Dang, the universe shows us, we need to leave this person alone or we need to leave this situation alone. And, we don't. We need to listen to the intuition, follow our hunch, our instincts, our hunch, what gut feeling, whatever you want to call it. We need to follow it. We do. Women are commonly believed to have a stronger intuition than men, which is why we call it women's intuition and not men's intuition. But this little assessment, is often undervalued in our logic based on society. As women, we are taught at an early age to ignore our intuition and trust in the wisdom of others instead. We're also likely to be criticized for being too sensitive, too emotional, too dramatic, and too illogical when we're operating off of our intuition. This constant, criticism can cloud our judgment and make us doubt our very own selves and our instincts and what our instincts are telling us. All right. Honestly, I became tired of doubting my intuition and of never knowing quite how to respond when accused of being too sensitive, too emotional. And because I'm an empath, I decided to do some, digging to learn more about the nature of intuition, including whether it was a real thing, and whether women have it more. What I found out shouldn't have surprised me. It did, because it was all very consistent with my inner voice, my gut instinct, and my intuition. Basically, hold on, let me see. Why is my phone effing blowing up? Mm, okay. All right. because it was all very consistent with my inner voice, my gut instinct, and my intuition. So, researchers have found that although both men and women have the capacity for intuition, women have stronger intuition because our brains are hardwired for it. For instance, in one study, I found the use of an MRI scan to compare male and female brain connectivity and discovered that the typical male brain is neurologically wired to be more logical and thus more effective at linking perception with action. What do y'all think about that? Let me close that out. Hmm. Hey y'all. Oh, Minky Ficky, thank you. Finky, thank you, Minky. Thank you for becoming a new member. Yes, beautiful. Yes, welcome to the House of Raven. Yay. Hi, baby spills the tea and chat. Hey. I think I don't know. We have become less focused on our gut feeling intuition as we and the world has evolved. You know what? True, 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 and true. That's true. That is very much so true. Um, whew, I had to delete some stuff out my damn thing. What the heck? Okay. The female brain, on the other hand, has more connections and is more effective and efficient, which makes women better at interpreting social situations, including social cues. In other words, men are hardwired to be more logical, and women are more hardwired to be intuitive. Men also have higher um, like type of intelligence, and women are better at the big picture thinking. Also, for what it's worth, men really are better at reading maps, but women are better at multitasking. Okay, I think it's perfect. It's like the yin and the yang with us. you know, Perhaps this is why for years intelligence agencies such as the CIA have known that women make better spies. Well, shoot, I could have been told y'all that. I'm telling you, if it was up to women, look, we could shut down a lot of wars and a lot of BS that is going on. I'm telling you, we could. Even the CIA think we're better. Okay, we make better spies because their heightened intuition allows them to recognize personal and social patterns that are not as visible to men. See, that's why a woman can always know when a man is cheating. Most of look, if the woman is really in tune with her intuition and she has that eye, I'm telling you, the reason why us women know that you're cheating is because we know the patterns to look for. Okay, every person has a pattern, and I'm telling you, we know when you break code and change your pattern just a little tiny bit, and that's enough for us to know. We're gonna watch you. I'm going to watch you for the next couple weeks and see how you do. If you continue to break pattern and everything like that, I know your ass is up to something. Now, if we go back to normal pattern, then I know that this was just a fluke, and we'll go back to our normal, situation. And then the lady will proceed to watch the man for weeks. Watch his pattern. If he deviates from certain little things that he always normally does, then it's time to dig a little deeper here. Okay, something ain't right. What's going on with him? hmm Female spies are often praised for having an extra antenna, for having better people skills, for being better at reading body language, and for more easily picking up on social cues. Women are every bit as capable of logical reasoning as men, and men are capable of having, good intuition. What am I missing? It's like right when I start to get online, that is when my phone decides to blow up. Okay, so men are capable of having good intuition, but male and female brains are just wired differently. We're not the same, and that is not a bad thing. What is a bad thing, though, is that for years, women's natural inclinations have been consistently devalued by society, favoring instead a more logical, more male approach to decision making. That is why when a woman says, look, this is my feeling, this is how I feel, you know, the first thing a person will say, oh, you're being too sensitive, you're being too emotional. You know, I think somebody the other day in the chat was like, you're being a fragile egg. I'm like, okay, gotta be careful, you know. No, you're just, it must be that time of the month. You're just being way too sensitive, girl. Okay? You're being triggered. But honestly, no, it's intuition. And it's crazy that we are, actually criticized and punished for using our natural, something that's been built into us and built into our brain to use for our protection, and we're mocked for it. But this is a real skill. This is a real part of our DNA that we have, our intuition. It lets us know when people around us are bad or good. Do these people have good intentions for us or bad intentions for us? What is their out? It really will let you know. Maybe this person is not on the up and ups. I need to watch this person, or maybe this person that I'm talking to. He's not giving me what I need. I don't think he's for me. And all of that intuition. So we as women don't have the strength that men do. That's facts. They can fight. We want to protect our children and ourselves. That's what we do to survive. Fact. That is so true. I watch all the time. Nothing gets past me. Okay. Hey, Raven. Hey, Alf. Oh my gosh. Hugs, 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 hugs to Alf. Hey. Hope your Friday is going well. It's going all right, It's not bad. I hope yours is going good too. I miss you. I'm always happy when I see you up in the building or I see you in my community. So it's good to see you. I hope you are okay and doing fine. Gaslighting, before we knew what gaslighting was. Yeah, for a very long time, folks have been, making fun of people when they listen to your gut instinct. Your gut told you this. Oh, no. No, but the gut intuition is absolutely real, y'all. It is. And not only that, men have intuition too, When you feel something, listen to your gut. Okay. It kept me alive. Yeah, it has kept me out of a lot of situations, but I'm not going to front. As an empath, it has gotten me in a lot of situations because, I could say it hasn't gotten me in any situations. My intuition has told me a lot of things about people, and I ignored all those signs because I said, oh, you know what? Maybe this person, maybe that person isn't what my intuition is telling me. You see, we ignore that sometimes. We ignore the warning signs, the red flags, the warning bells, everything. We ignore it because we're like, oh no, we can't trust that. We're being emotional. We can't trust that. We got to trust facts. And the person hasn't done anything. So let's not jump to conclusions. But your intuition is telling you, no, stay away from this person. This person is not good for you. Get away. Hey, hey, Daria, how are you? What's up, Raven? Nothing much, just having a little quick though. Having a little quick conversation about instinct and intuition and following our gut feelings. When we know something, when your gut tells you something is wrong, follow your intuition. Don't don't hesitate because it's there for a reason to protect you. Don't ignore it. And I think a lot of us could avoid being in very, bad emotional relationships with partners and in business situations, everything. We could avoid a lot of headaches in life if we actually listened to our gut and our intuition when it tells us stuff about, situations and people to avoid. Not today. Yep, you're right. Your intuition will tell you, hey, not today, Stephen, how are you? I'm telling you, your intuition will never steer you wrong. It's there for a reason. And a lot of times, when your intuition tells you, look, it's time to get the hell up out of the situation, don't walk, run. It's time to leave. A lot of times we'll say, oh, no, let's give this person one more chance. No, 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 let's give this person another chance. Okay? Things will turn around and things will get better. And then you stay in it longer. And then now look, now you realize, oh no, this is, look around. And you like, look around, look around. Oh no, this is not for me. I got to go. And now, you know, usually it comes at a price. When you don't listen, it comes at a price. But any eventually when you do listen to your intuition, it's always good. So, oh boy, you gotta listen to that intuition. So, what is bad though is that for years, women's natural inclinations have been consistently devalued by society. So, they want us to be more logical. We've been taught from an early age that intuition is a weaker form of reasoning than its more reliable cousin, the logic. And as a result, women tend to undervalue their natural intuition, into their whole intuitive nature, their emotional intelligence, and their more holistic approach to problem solving. And it's true. It's absolutely 100% true that and I think that's a major problem that we have. Like when a woman says, "This is how I feel," this is how I think about this situation. They're quickly, not always, but sometimes people are quick to come, the male counterparts are quick to come in and shut that down and say, no, 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 no. You're being too much. You're being emotional. You're being too much. Okay? Be rational. That's the thing they'll tell you. Be rational. But no, this is what our brain is telling us. And our brain is hardwired to have that intuition. That's the gift that God, we were born with that gift. God, whoever you want to believe in, the God, the universe, Allah, whoever, but we were taught that. Men were taught logic and we were taught gut feelings is important. It's a defense. It can protect us, it can save us from a lot of heartache and a lot of BS. And I am, for one, saying, you know what? No more. I am going to home and work on my intuition, my gut feeling, and I'm going to follow it. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm not going to question it anymore because that's what has caused me to be in problems. You know, thinking with the logic. No, no, no. I need to use my intuition. That's what I was born with. So I used to flounder about whenever my inner being sensed that something was amiss in my world and sent out a message that I could not decipher. Was it unfounded fear I was experiencing? Anxiety? Perhaps personal bias or wishful thinking? I often had no idea when my heart sent me in one direction and my brain sent me in another direction. I panicked, allowed self doubt to flood my senses. When I had a strong sense of something, a thing I just knew, and someone accused me of being too emotional, I cringed with embarrassment, willing myself to be more logical and less passionate in my thinking. Call a woman too emotional or sensitive, and you'll likely silence her immediately. Years ago, I shared my plight with a therapist I was seeing. I wanted to work on being less emotional and more logical in my thinking. I wanted to silence my inner voice, the one I was so certain I could not trust, because far too often its tugging made no sense to me. My therapist cautioned against it, telling me that our bodies often home in on the truth a few weeks ahead of our brains. This is the therapist saying this. That our bodies home in on the truth a few weeks ahead of our brains. Sometimes our intuition causes us to act quickly, she shared. And other times we needed to be patient and let our intuition slowly guide us through choppy waters. But I didn't like having feelings of unknown origins. I told her I couldn't stand the uncertainty of not knowing what the feeling in my heart was trying to tell me. I was impatient for its message, leading me to sometimes jump to incorrect conclusions, which supported the incorrect notion that I was too emotional, I was being too fragile, too sensitive, and my instincts could not be trusted. Picture someone thrashing about in the water on the verge of drowning. That was me when my instincts were in high gear and I didn't trust or understand what the voice was trying to tell me. Fast forward a few decades, and now I finally learned to trust my inner voice, learning how to integrate my intuition with my logical reasoning. Heart and brain is working in unison. Unison. Oh man. And now, rather than thrashing about when I'm in choppy water, I roll onto my back and float, trusting that my intuition will carry me down the river to the place I intended to go. I am proud of my intuition now and of my ability to pick up on society's cues and social cues. And even though I know my intuition is not foolproof, and at times I may need to subject it to some scrutiny of my more logical side, I will never again be silenced when someone tells me I'm being too emotional, I'm being too sensitive. I am emotional. I bring emotion into my personal relationships and my work every single day. Being emotional is what allows me to read people, to empathize with them, to see the world through numerous prisms. And that makes me more effective in everything that I do. That makes me more me. What do y'all think? I wonder whether the fast pace of today's society doesn't allow us the time to check in with our feelings. We have to make choices really quickly, and therefore we don't have the feelings clearly, and that is true. A lot of times I have to make decisions right on the spear of the moment. A lot of times, and a lot of times they have worked out, and sometimes they haven't worked out. You know, it all depends. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. But honestly, I wish I had listened like last year. I 100% wish I listened to my intuition. And years before, I wish I listened to my intuition. It could have saved me a lot of heartache as far as dating people I dated and being in situations I was in. That's all from not listening to intuition when it was telling me what to do. So yeah. And yeah, I do feel like we have to, we do have to make these decisions quickly, but you know what? We don't have to try our best to not rush into the decision. Like, I need more time to think this over before I make this decision, especially if it's something major and important, something really important to you. I'm not rushing into it. Now, every decision I make, I'm thinking about the pros and cons to it. I'm thinking about how is this going to affect me? Everything. Hey, not today. Hey, Scarlet King, how are you? Yes, that's a hard place to inner peace. Sure is. hmm Hi, 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 Rocky. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Okay, y'all. What do y'all think about it? Oh, I wish I had listened in my younger years. The boys I dated. Oh my gosh. I think honestly, if I listened to my intuition, I would have never dated half of the men or the ladies I dated. Okay, I made some really bad decisions with women and men. Very bad decisions. Oh, wait. Yeah, and it definitely cost me. Okay, one guy I dated. Okay, I'm gonna tell. Look, one guy I dated, he stole my father's Citizen's watch. Yeah, my dad had a beautiful gold and leather Citizen's watch that he loved. Yeah, the guy I dated, he stole it. He stole it and sold it, pawned it. Hmm. Ah, that bum behind dude. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Back in the day, boy, our Raven had crappy taste in men. Oh yeah. That is why my taste in men has changed so drastically now. I don't even want to be bothered with certain types because you know what? Yeah, he sold my dad's watch. Let me see what else. Ooh, wait. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me see. I remember getting busted. I got busted doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. I got busted by my dad. So yeah. Oh yeah. I made some very, very bad decisions. I have made some bad financial decisions as well. Oh, me too. Yes, I blew through like 20 grand, like it was nothing. I blew through $20,000 like it was liquid, nothing. It was like this ain't nothing. Poof, went blew right through it. Now, what? I could have bought me a house back then and put a whole. I could have put a big chunk of money down for a beautiful house with that money. Regret, regret, regret. But you can't. What you gonna do? It is what it is. You make mistakes. Mistakes happen, and that was one of the mistakes I made. But I think you know what? At that day, we all made mistakes. We all have. Okay, intuition is challenging to define, despite the huge role it plays in our everyday lives. Steve Jobs, you know who Steve Jobs is, Apple, called it. It's more powerful than intellect. This is Steve Jobs, one of the greatest minds of our times. He said that, intuition was more powerful than intellect. But however, we put it into words, we intuitively know just what it is. Pretty much everyone has experienced a gut feeling. the unconscious reasoning that propels us to do something without telling us why or how. But the nature of intuition has long eluded us and has inspired century worth of research and inquiries in the field of philosophy and psychological. I define intuition as the stubborn knowing without ever having any idea why you know it. And this is from the author of the best-selling author of The Art of Intuition, which I think I might pick up. It's different from thinking. It's different from logic or analyzing something. It's knowing without knowing. Our intuition is always there, whether we are aware of it or not. Even when we're not at a fork in the road, wondering what to do and trying to hear that inner voice, our intuition is always there, always reading the situation, always trying to steer us the right way. But we can hear it. But the question is, are we paying attention to it? Are we living a life that keeps the pathway to our intuition unblocked? Feeding and nurturing our intuition and living a life in which we can make use of its wisdom is one key way to thrive at work and in life and to become successful. If you can hone your intuition, you can be one powerful individual. So cognitive science is beginning to really delve into this, they really are, of the unconscious reasoning in our lives and thoughts, often dismissed as unscientific because of its connection to the psychic and the paranormal. Intuition isn't just a bunch of, crap. The US military is even investigating the power of intuition, which has helped troops make quick judgments during combat that ended up saving lives. So, intuition is a very powerful tool. So, when people try to dismiss it and say that it's just hooey, you're just being emotional, you're being sensitive, you're taking it out of context, you're going too far. Keep them, you got to tell them, like, well, look, I don't feel, I'm not being emotional. I'm not taking it too far. I'm not being sensitive. I'm following what my gut tells me. And my gut tells me to get out this situation. Even the US military is now thinking of homing in on and using this powerful tool. This is something that has helped Steve Jobs navigate and make Apple one of the most successful companies to date. Apple and its brand, the AirPods, everything is very well recognized. And that's because Steve Jobs followed his intuition, his instincts, his gut feeling. And that is what he used in a lot of his decisions. So there's a growing body of evidence combined with solid research efforts that suggest intuition is a critical aspect of how we humans interact with our environment and how we make many of our big decisions. Okay, and this is something that even the Office of Naval Research is now looking into as well. And if the Navy, the military, the FBI, the CIA, and all of these agents and Steve Jobs and all of these people are homing into you and using it and having success with it. Why are we as average men and women ignoring it? Why are we, basically chastising people and putting people down and, name calling people for using that intuition? Hmm? A lot of people will put things down that they don't understand. They will. Oh, there is a book on it. I'll have to have a look. Me too. I'm gonna see if I look at it. It's not if we are aware of it. It's if we listen to it. Yeah, exactly. I would say over the last 7 years now, I operate on my intuition more so than some of my other senses. Has not pointed me wrong. And you know what? It hasn't pointed me wrong either. And when I listen to it, that's when I listen to it. A lot of times I overlooked it because, oh, this person looks good, or I think this would be a good situation. The person's saying the right things, or okay, this place, this job looks like a good, it's going to be a good fit for me. And I've stayed in jobs way too long when I knew I should have left them, and you know what, it blew back on me for that. So you really gotta when your intuition and your gut tells you, follow it. Don't doubt it. It's there to help you. Use it. You have to use every tool possible that you have in life to be successful and succeed. Use it. Don't ignore them. Okay? Here are 10 things that people in touch with their intuition do differently. They listen to their inner voice. It's very easy to dismiss intuition, but it's a great gift that needs to be noticed. The number one thing that separates intuitive people is that they listen to, rather than ignore, the guidance of their intuition and their gut feeling. Everyone is connected to their intuition, but some people don't pay attention to it as intuition. I have yet to meet a successful businessman that didn't say, I don't know why I did that. It was just a hunch. Hmm. In order to make our best decisions, we need a balance of intuition, which serves to bridge the gap between intuition and reasoning and rational thinking. But the cultural bias against following one's instinct or intuition often leads us to disregarding our hunch to our own detriment. And this is how we end up overlooking the warning signs and the red flags when we get into relationships with people. Okay? Let me tell you something. When a person from now on tells me something and my alarm bells go off, I'm out. No, 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 no. I'm not giving no, okay, maybe the person's joking, or maybe the person, no, I'm out. Deuces. Put up the two fingers and I'm out. Gotta go. Poof. Okay? In order to make our best decisions, we need a balance of intuition, which serves to bridge the gap between the instinct and reasoning. All right. We don't have to reject scientific logic in order to benefit from instinct. We can honor and call upon all of these tools, and we can seek balance. And by seeking this balance, we will finally bring all of the resources of our brain into action. If you want to get in touch with your intuition, a little time alone may be the most effective way. Just as solitude can help give rise to creative thinking, it can also help us connect to our deepest wisdom. Intuitive people are often introverted, but whether you're an introvert or not, taking time for solitude can help you engage in deeper thought and reconnect with yourself. You have to be able to have a little bit of solitude, a little bit of silence in the middle of craziness. You can't recognize intuition above all the noise and all that's going on around you. Take time out for yourself. Creativity does it best. No, creativity does its best work when it's functioned intuitively. In fact, creative people are highly intuitive. And just as you can increase your creativity through practice, you can boost your intuition, y'all. In fact, practicing one may build up the other. Meditation and other mindfulness practices can be an excellent way to tap into your intuition. Mindfulness can help you filter out mental chatter, weigh your options objectively, tune into your intuition, and ultimately make a decision that you can stand behind completely and wholeheartedly. Mindfulness can also connect you to your intuition by boosting self-knowledge. Paying attention to one's current experience in a non-judgmental way may help us to better understand our own personalities. Okay? Thrive. Increase intuition, compassion, creativity, and peace are all wonderful side effects of meditating. If you feel like you are burnt out, you feel like you are drained, you feel, like you've been on YouTube a lot and you've been watching all this beef and all this bullish that's been going on YouTube, take the time after getting off of YouTube and have a moment of just meditation, detoxing, recentering yourself, like listening to some, relaxing frequency music and just, chill, relax your mind, get and, start listening to your thoughts, everything. Whew, like de-stress your body. So people who really tap into their intuition, they observe and notice everything. The first thing to do is notice. Keep a little journal and notice when odd things happen. You'll gain a keen sense for how often coincidences, surprising connections, and on the dot intuitions occur in your daily life. In other words, you'll start to tap into your intuition. They listen to their bodies. Intuitive people learn to tune into their bodies and heed their gut feeling. If you ever start feeling sick to your stomach when you knew something was wrong, but you couldn't put the finger on that, you'll understand that intuitions can cause a physical sensation in the body. Our gut feelings are called gut feelings for a reason. Okay, research suggests that emotion and intuition are the very much rooted in the second brain in the gut. Mind reading may seem like the stuff of fantasies, but it's actually something we do every day. It's called accuracy. Empathic accuracy, a term in psychology that refers to the seemingly magical ability to map someone's mental terrain from their words, emotions, and body language. When you see a spider crawling up someone's leg, you feel a creepy sensation. Well, similarly, when you observe someone reach out to a friend and they are pushed away, your brain automatically registers the sensation of rejection. When you watch your team win or a couple embrace on TV, you feel their emotions as if you are there. Social emotions like guilt, shame, pride, embarrassment, disgust, and lust can be all experienced by watching others. That's why I always believe that people that are, voyeurs, people that like to watch, I always believe that their intuition, their senses are more heightened. That's where they're in. They gain more from watching. Whew. Turning into your own emotions and spending time both in observing and listening to others face to face can help boost your powers of empathy. So, what do y'all think, y'all? If I was guaranteed a boat full of sailors like Sheer, I would be happy to be in charge of the Navy's intuition program. Into meditation. My family know not to come near me if I'm in the garden. Okay, which is a really good place to meditate and relax. My bedroom door is closed. I'm meditating. I love and I started watching the old sitcoms because but best thing I ever did, and that's a form of unwinding, detoxing, relaxing, because you're laughing and your body, if you're sick or under stress, the best thing is to watch something that makes you laugh. I know it sounds strange, but it actually can help with your healing and your mental, state. Watching things that make you laugh, and actually keeps you. They say it actually even helps you keep younger. Matter of fact, so it's a good thing. Yeah, that's smart. Watching old sitcoms and having a good kiki and a good laugh, it's actually good for you, your mental and your physical well-being. So smart move watching that. And great that you're enjoying meditation in the garden. That's great because you can do grounding. You can actually detox, let the earth take all your stresses and everything away to ground. So all of those are great things to do. Well, I cannot believe that we already been 47 minutes in. Okay, so now I'm not going to try and do, I'm not going to be up here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours with y'all. You know, yes, that's true. Laughter is the best medicine. It sure is. It definitely is the best medicine, y'all. Oh, man. So, what do y'all think? You know, I'm gonna finish up, and then that would be it. It'll be one. I think I'm almost gonna be at the 1 hour mark, and that would be it, y'all. At night, when you're dreaming, you're receiving information from the unconscious or the intuitive part of your brain. Did you know that? If you're attuned to your dreams, you can get a lot of information about how to live your life. Few things stifle intuition as easily as constant busyness, multitasking, connectivity to digital devices, and stress and burnout. We always have an intuitive sense about the people in our lives. On a deep level, we know the good ones from the flatter, the faker, the sablers, but we're not always awake enough to our own intuition to acknowledge the differences to ourselves. That's the problem. The problem is that we're simply too busy now. We always get warnings from our heart and our intuition when they appear, but we're often too busy to notice the signs. Strong emotions, particularly negative ones, can cloud our intuition. So this is something that I really want y'all to be aware of. This is something that people don't realize. The more you absorb of beef, negativity, all of this stuff, it has a bad effect on you. So strong emotions, particularly negative ones, can cloud your intuition, and that intuition is clouding your weapon. This is your tool that you need to be successful. This is your tool that can help you get out of situations, avoid certain people, and it's being clouded because of us absorbing too much negative energy. Many of us know that we feel out of sorts or not ourselves when we're very upset, and it may be because we're disconnected from our intuition. When you are very depressed, you may find your intuition fails. When you're angry or in a heightened emotion state, your intuition can fail you completely. Okay, and the evidence isn't just some hoo-ha. Okay, they did a research in 2013 that showed that being in a positive mood boosted the ability to make intuitive judgments in a word game. That's not to say that intuitive people never get upset, but your intuition will fare better if you're able to mindfully accept and let go of negative emotions for the most part, rather than suppressing and dwelling on them. In other words, let that shish go. It's in your best interest. Okay, so thanks at Raven Spills of Tea and Chat. This has been a wonderful topic. I'll try and check that book out. Crowns, crowns, crowns. So y'all, what did y'all think about this evening's topic? Um, I'm gonna put all the tags in. I'm gonna put a nice thumbnail up. And I hope other people do check it out and realize that your intuition is a very powerful weapon, and we need to really tap into it. We need to tap into everything that we have available to us that we can use for our advantage is in life, because if not, you're going to find yourself in situations and you're going to be like, how the hell did I get into this? You know how you got into it? Not listening to the intuitions, not watching the warning signs. Mm. So yeah, Raven is definitely, I'm definitely learning from it, and I'm going to be starting to do some meditation. Like right after I get off of here, I'm going to now go, watch a nice, relaxing, meditation video and take it down. Relax for the rest of the evening, and then I got some videos that I was supposed to make, and I just did not get a chance to make. So I need to get the ball rolling on that. I love you all. And I'm so thankful for everybody who tuned in. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Not today. Hey, it's good to see you. I'm glad to see you here. I hope everything is okay with you. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this live on intuition. I know it's a lot. This is something that I used to do on Sundays. I used to have mental health and other stuff on Sundays. And, they said, let me just switch it up. I'm going to do it tonight. So I hope that y'all got something from it. And I hope that others who watch it later on, I hope they get something from it too. And I hope that, I know my Ravens, some of y'all are at work. So you can watch this later on and this can get y'all through y'all work day. I hope so. I love you all, and I will talk to y'all soon. And I am right now I'm gonna knock out my videos now and then do my meditation. Because if I don't do that first, if I don't do these videos, then I ain't never gonna do them. I'm gonna end up meditating, and then next yeah, I'll be snoring. I will definitely be snoring, and the TV will be watching me. So on that note, let me get my booty up and do what I need to do. Love y'all. I got to go. And this is Ravens. This has been enjoyable. Why do we dismiss our intuition? What Raven spills the tea. And I'm Raven. Bye, y'all.